Motivation at work is a floating feeling that takes us a few days and makes us be productive but abandons us in others, leaving us at the mercy of the amount of work that seems insurmountable at. There are days when you don't even find the strength to start doing something, not even the simplest task, and it is as if you had an inner block that makes ideas, creativity and every spirit of initiative doze off. You only see folders stacked on the desk and you don't know where to start. Even if there are no magic formulas to totally change the situation, we have collected 7 tricks that, if put into practice, will surely help you to face the motivation drops effectively. Number 1. Break down complex goals. As big and bold as your goals are, it's a good idea to break them down into more easily accessible sub-goals. This does not mean that you should not immediately aim to carry out a project or to pursue an important goal. However, dividing it into simpler parts allows you to make visible progress in a constant way, which are the fertile ground for developing motivating impulses that will serve on a psychological level to help us continue in the final goal. Every time something is completed, there is a sense of fulfillment and self-confidence that originates precisely from the fact that we are aware of being able to face and overcome the challenges and problems that arise. 2. Mental approach. Motivation depends a lot on the mental approach we have of a situation or problem. The mind is an incredibly powerful tool for changing the vision of reality and changing its perception. A stratagem in this sense consists in not thinking about how much a goal is complicated to achieve or a difficult problem to solve. On the contrary, try to think about how satisfying it can be and how much satisfaction you can gain in the end if you manage to go to the end, and the self-esteem that may derive from it. Even the most difficult task is just a piece of your path, a small step in your career that will help you grow professionally. 3. Prioritize. This is a rather classic aspect to keep in mind in several areas, and valid for any decision you face. It's about prioritizing your to-do list. Many times we find ourselves wasting time and energy in activities that are unimportant, that do not give any benefit to effectively pursue the goal. If you assign priorities, working on those tasks that contribute to achieving your final goal, without getting lost along the way in unimportant and unjustifiable activities with a view to the final result, you will be able to keep concentration, and therefore motivation high. 4. Respect time. It is important to give yourself work time, and respect it. If you are working on a complex project, and do not give yourself schedules, you risk dedicating a lot of time, and constantly going over the working hours with the false perception that the more time you dedicate to it, the sooner you can complete it. However, it is essential to give your body and mind a chance to recharge. Even the most difficult of objectives, if faced with the right energies and a fresh mind, certainly requires less time than approaching it in a single solution. 5. Take a break. It is equally useful to find an activity to intersperse with your work, and that allows you to foment your creativity and motivation. Although it may seem inconsistent with what has been said about prioritizing, it is actually helpful to devote yourself to something unrelated to the work being done. Mind you, we are not talking about activities that are not very useful, and that do not give any added value to our motivation. We refer to activities, such as reading, that can help inspire us, and provide our mind with different points of view, which can then be used to address the main problem we are working on. 6. Recognize your achievements. Don't take everything for granted. Sometimes even small successes, or the completion of small goals deserve to be celebrated. Whenever you recognize that you have achieved a goal, albeit less significant than the larger goals, you will gain motivation that will help and encourage you to trust yourself, and continue to work hard for the final result. 7. Roll up your sleeves. The easiest way to motivate yourself to do something is to deal with it as soon as possible. If you have to complete a task and want to find the motivation to face it, the first simple and effective action you can take is to roll up your sleeves and face the situation. Try to focus on what you need to do by eliminating unnecessary thoughts and immediately approaching the work with a decision. Once you start working on it, it will be easier to find yourself involved in it, and therefore, cultivate your motivation. Thank you very much for watching.